sister. How you doing? Did you know that you're beautiful?
Greetings, Salaam alaikum, namaste, etisem, bawani, and the list goes on. My name is Kristin and you are here on the Eyeame Channel. Welcome to a new series, the Inner Child series, a series created to understand the first stages of our life and how it impacts us today. So, I want to first premise this with two things. This series has nothing to do about judging our parents. There's no judgment our parents or our guardians. There are no judgments, there's no condemning. I have a perfect example. One of my first plants, this plant's not doing well right now, but anyway, one of my first plants I loved the plant, I wanted to take care of the plant, I wanted to be a good planty or a plant mum. And I heard that plants like sugar. So I gave my plant a little sugar. The plant became fluffy in a couple of hours. I'm saying that to say this, our parents' love for us does not mean that it could have had negative impact. This video is about how our childhood impacts our lives. First, let's talk about psychology. So one of the forefathers, Carl Jung, coined the term inner child, which is kind of like our childlike self that still remains in our subconscious personality, which leads on to attachment theory. The work comes from John Bowlby, and essentially he says that our primary caregiver, if they are attentive to our physical and emotional needs, if they listen to our cries, if they make sure that we're well fed, if they allow for us to feel confident and securely connected to them, then when we grow up we will have strong, healthy, compatible relationships. We'll feel confident and independent. We will easily trust people, not easily, but we will trust that the world is a safe place for us to navigate and explore and find our success. Right, so that's why I'm saying I heavily suggest, sisters, looking into your attachment theory. Oh, let me mention, there are 4 different attachment styles. Secure, which 60% of the UK are, avoidant, anxious and disorganized. So I'm going to drop the link below, have a look on the quiz so it can help you just get a foundational understanding, but I'd also suggest you looking into John Bowlby's work as well. It's really interesting, and it will show you, if you find someone that you care about and then you're constantly like codependent on them, always wanting to be with them, scared if they're out of your space, that might have something to do with your attachment theory. If you feel like, you meet somebody at a restaurant, you have a good conversation, you're comfortable in trusting the process of that potentially leading to friendship. You're not scared, you're not anxious, you're not holding on to things tightly. And on the flip side, you're not avoidant. You're not like, I don't need nobody. I'm a one-man island, I'm a one-man show. You know that community and tribe and village is all very much so needed. Okay, so the next point and how our childhood impacts our lives is self-talk. This is the perfect way to identify it. See if something's going wrong in your life and you think that you've caused it, or I don't know, say for example you walk into somebody and you're thinking about it after. What are the thoughts? What is the language that you use? Do you use negative self-talk? Or in any other situation, do you feel, that you self-sabotage or you have random bouts of guilt? This could be based on how our parents spoke to us when we were younger. Because when we're young, when we haven't even acquired language yet, our parents and the way parent slash primary caregiver, I'm going to use those words interchangeably, how they speak to us is the voice that remains in our heads. And I have become so mindful of that. Our parents' language, tone, attitude, even their thoughts towards us, it taps into our subconscious, it becomes our subconscious, it narrates how we perceive the world. And so if you have an issue or you think there might be an issue, let your subconscious thoughts be said aloud, verbalize them, say them aloud. And this is like an activity I just came up with. If you hear it, when it's playing in our brain, it's almost normalized because no one is there to judge it. But when you start saying it aloud, you now hear it as external stimuli. And if it's not something that you're comfortable with somebody saying to you, it should not be said within you. I hope that makes sense. Okay, and how can we correct that? Look in the mirror, say positive affirmations in the mirror daily. I want to make a whole set really about positive affirmations. Talk to yourself in the mirror, and the words that you use that are not negative, that are not progressive, that are not helpful, adjust them. Give yourself grace and adjust them. Just keep on talking to yourself. Like, that's one of my favorite things. I just say talking to myself. Even right now I'm having difficulty to make this video. I just be saying, it's alright. You're gonna get through it, okay? Okay. And that's how we move. Slowly but surely. This work is not easy, and this work is not instant either. Take your time. Just be taking your time. And we're gonna get there. Now, the third point is being able to identify our purpose by looking back in our childhood. When we were children, before we were socialized, when we were newborns, well, this is my belief anyway, when we were newborns, we came with our purpose. We knew exactly what we were here for, what to do, who we needed to interact with to get what we need to get done. Obviously, we got socialized, we got programmed, we got taught this is this color, this is how you sit, this is how you eat, this is how you talk, this is what you do, and as all of these things happen, and then we now have people's expectations of us, our religious obligations, our cultural understanding, sometimes our essence dwindles away and you end up 18, 20, you don't even know who you are anymore. So I'm saying to reverse engineer it. Look back. What were the things that you loved doing as a child? You might have wanted to break things and fix things, try to understand, you know, the logistics behind it. You might have been really artsy, you might have loved drawing, you might have loved, you know, running up and down and playing and being physical and being active. All of these things show your essence, and hopefully it can realign you back onto your purpose. That's to say if you're not on it already. Inshallah, you are. The fourth way that we can identify how our childhood impacts our life is by doing an inner child meditation or like a mental exercise. So a couple of maybe like 5-6 years ago, I was informed that something happened to me when I was 6 or 7, and I definitely recall the incident. And after that, like, this exercise came to me where I'd sit down really quietly and allow for my mind to go to a safe space. For me, it's like a very natural, earthy space, but for you, it might be your sitting room, your bedroom, your favorite restaurant. Just find that space in your mind. I sat down and I called forth each version of myself, each age. So I remember being 3. No, I do remember being 3. So I called my 3-year-old version of myself, and she was really delicate and soft and scared and nervous, and whenever I saw her, she would always be behind someone. I don't know if it was a mother or like me in my adult version, some kind of maternal archetype, and I had to work with her. We have to work with them. She didn't want to talk to me initially, and I said, come mama, come, let's talk, what's going on, baby? And slowly but surely she, you know, opened up with me. I found out that she likes bubbles, she likes things that make her tongue turn blue, she likes reading, she loves learning. I also realized, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7, I see what's going on there. Who knew that I was an angry teenager? When I was a teenager, I did not know that I was angry. I had no idea. And I realized it through the exercise. So that's what I'm saying. You'll find yourself in a calm, quiet space. A space where you can cry if need be. A space where you can laugh if need be. And invite all the versions of yourself. Now, as I'm saying this, I know a lot of people that don't remember, like, until 8. I don't know, whenever your age is, remember, bring them in, have a talk with them. It could even be an office, have a talk with them, see what's going on, what do they need from the adult version of you. It could be, you know, a walk in the park, and you actually go and do that. So every now and again, although it's completely against my dietary requirements now, I will box down a bag of blue Skittles, because that's what inner child, that's what I mean. Whatever it is, you adhere to it in this version of yourself. You couldn't do it back then, because when you were a child, you don't have no agency, you don't have no freedom. Now you have all the possibilities that are capable to you. And if you're a young sister watching this, use whatever power you do have to explore those versions of yourself. I want to conclude this video by saying, for some of us, our childhood was a walk in the park. It was breezy, fun, light memories. And for some of us, the memories are dark. It's like going through a rainy night of an alley. So just remember to give yourself grace. If it becomes too challenging, if it becomes too overwhelming, stop, mama. You don't have to continue. When you're in a better position, you can go through it again. I really do think our childhood, our first stage of life, holds a lot of secrets for how we are today. And I hope this information helped. Take time with yourself. Your inner child is awaiting you, I'm sure. Bless up, take care, and remember, I am in everything. Hold on, sis. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.